Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 20 of albums that are 50 years old in 2022. That's right, going back to 1972, a wonderful year in music. I'm picking a favorite album from this year each and every day during the month of January, all the way up to the 31st. Kind of saving some of my real favorites for this latter part of the month, as you can imagine. But I love all the ones that I'm going to be mentioning. I'm even going to do a honorable mentions episode all the way at the end on the 31st. Today we're going to take a look at an album released November 24th, 1972, produced by Dave and Del, two guys in the band for the United Artists label. It's their third studio album, Space Rock Legends, Hawkwind, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. Great stuff. Great stuff. This album reached number 14 on the UK album charts, recorded at Rockfield Studios. This features the lineup, pretty much a new lineup at the time. We've got, mainstay and founding member Dave Brock on all sorts of electric and acoustic guitars and lead vocals. Got Nick Turner on saxophone, flute, and lead vocals. You've got new in the band, Lemmy, otherwise known as Ian Kilmister, or Ian Kilmister, otherwise known as Lemmy, on bass guitar, little acoustic guitar, and vocals. You've got Dick Mick, Michael Davies on synthesizer, Del Detmar also on synthesizer, and Simon King, new to the band, on drums. Plus, in the studio, you've got some help from Robert Calvert and Paul Rudolph, although they more show up on the session tracks, the bonus tracks. But otherwise, that's the main lineup of the band. One of their classic albums from this time period. The Hawkwind's first 6 or 7. Yeah, you can probably go even a little more further than that. Albums in their career pretty much drop dead space rock classics. This one is no exception. It's one of my favorites from the band. Starts off with their big epic 11 plus minute long Brainstorm. One of the things about this album now with Lemmy in the band and with Simon King on drums, you've got a bassist and a drummer who have very different styles from their predecessors. So this is a big, beefy, bottom end heavy album that's more, because of the inclusion of the two of those guys, it's a little more riffy on the electric songs, and even when the songs that feature a little bit of acoustic guitars, it's definitely a more kind of grungy type of space rock album, if that's a good term. But Brainstorm is classic, got big, thunderous, kind of doomy riffs from Dave Brock. You can tell right off the bat you got a different bass player in the band because Lemmy's bass is unmistakable. Brainstorm is one of their classic songs. Funny enough, written by Nick Turner, right? But plenty of these bubbling synthesizers and the screaming sax, from Nick. It's a classic track. Space is Deep is up next. That's another really good song. Again, fairly heavy. Lots of great bass riffs on this and guitar riffs. You've got Dave Brock playing, a little more solos on this particular album, which is kind of cool to hear. Then you got the the more acoustic, mellow One Change, right? Kind of atmospheric synths and what have you. Then on the original LP, the original vinyl, side 2 kicks off with Lord of Light, which arguably might be my favorite song on the album. Again, big, beefy guitar riffs and loads of spacey, otherworldly synthesizers. You got some nice guitar solos in here. The vocals are really well done. I really like this track a lot. This is like an unsung gem in their catalog for me, Lord of Light. Really dig it a lot. That's about 7 minutes long. Then you got Down Through the Night, which is, again, featuring acoustic guitars, and but really layered really nicely. Again, like I said, even the more acoustic pieces here are still fairly rock and still fairly heavy, and definitely spacey because, not most bands would think to record these lush acoustic guitar passages with all these really kind of trippy synthesizer effects and stuff. It's pretty cool. And then we've got the throbbing Time We Left This World Today, which great vocals by all the guys in the band, and it's driving, it's heavy, it's kind of punky, screaming free jazz saxophone, big beefy proto metal riffs, the space age synthesizers, very, very cool. And then you got the kind of brooding, meditative atmospheric of The Watcher. And of course, like I mentioned before, bonus tracks from these sessions. You got Urban Gorilla, Brainbox Pollution, and Ejection, which are some cool tracks that are all on the reissue, the remaster of Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do. So that is my pick for today from Hawkwind. Yeah, classic stuff. A band like no other. It's just amazing. The more you listen to like the classic Hawkwind stuff, even their more recent stuff. I mean, just they were originators. They were pioneers. I mean, it's just not many. There are bands who have tried to do that kind of Hawkwind sound. We've had lots of space rock bands over the years, but man, nobody quite sounds like the original Hawkwind. So yeah, their third album is one of my picks for this month. It is pick number 20 here today. So let us know what you think about this classic Hawkwind album, and also your pick for day number 20. And visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter, of course. We're here on YouTube all the damn time. Stay tuned. We've got coming up tonight, of course, The Monster's Den. So stay tuned for that later on, where we change our focus from music to horror films. So that's coming up tonight. We've got Martin Popoff in the house tomorrow. Saturday is the UK Connection with Simon Bray and Stephen Reed. And then on Sunday, we've got album homework assignment. And this week, we've got Craig Kaminsky going one-on-one with Ryan Scow. So stay tuned for that and lots more here on the channel. I am Pete Pardo. See you real soon. Bye-bye.